Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. How are you all doing today? So, today is going to be part two, maybe not part two. This is going to be a continuation of our Karmic Archetype series. This is going to be a tip. This is going to be going in order from beginning, so day 5, okay? Day 4 was the last video with regards to the child nature archetype, and today we're going into the teacher archetype in the shadow. Okay, so this is going to be a reading for you whenever you feel most like you need this, right? This is going to be something that's timeless. This is going to be something that's based on your inclination. Okay, if you feel drawn to watch the video, you have some time on your schedule to see it that day, that will be when it's meant for you. So just make sure that you're tapping in and touching base with yourself. Like, am I ready for another message? Is Francine giving me like buku information, too much information right now? Like, should I just look at one thing? I have this feeling that you guys are going to feel overwhelmed with the information that comes through sometimes, and you have to just kind of pace yourself. So we're going to be talking about the shadow archetype, okay? The teacher in the shadow is someone who manipulates their students or abuses their students, okay? This is about someone who teaches negative traits and destructive skills. So, with regards to false teachers, right, there's the energy of that, first and foremost. That is the simplest way I can go about it. Simplest in that we hear about people categorizing others as false teachers out there. It's just interesting, right? Because usually that person, the people who do that usually have been hurt. They know what it is. They know what it looks like, what it smells like, what it acts like. This is an intuitive thing for a number of people. Not everyone is right? Because it's about your experience and how you see the situation, and whether it has, the person has blatantly said things that were wrong and misled you on purpose, or this person did not realize that they needed some healing or something addressed. Either way, right? Manipulating or abusing students is this trademark for this archetype. We're going to touch base with some tarot to see how it resonates for you. I'm getting messages like nobody's business. Okay, so I heard dopamine. Something about your dopamine receptors and how this relates to the people that you end up attracting. Something like that is significant. Sometimes in a world like our own, which is so busy, right? There's so many things to do, right? You would say there's someone that's gifted and skilled at this thing and this thing and this thing and this thing, so I don't have to worry about where they're getting their information from for the most part. They should know what they're talking about. Let me take them at face value and say, okay, this person's studying this. This is what they do for a living. What do they have to say? Okay, that's the word, right? And I feel like we need to be wary of that. So I don't want to say this is something isolated to just this generation, because it's all connected, right? Everything prior had something to do with where we are now. I almost feel like Kamala when I said that, because she says something about that in one of her speeches. So there's some energy here of like needing to be aware and critical, but not in a sense negative, okay, or expecting the worst out of people. It's more so just being aware and listening intently with the openness, right? The openness of, okay, this person is saying something I don't understand or I don't know anything about. Let me listen to them. Let's see what they have to say, right? Like, let's just be open. Let's not find, defensive tactics just yet. Let's just listen, okay? There's something about that being important, but not also just being swept away by information without any intuitive pull, right? If you feel like something's wrong or off, touch base with yourself as to why it might be, and then do some research. We have a lot of things going on in our lives, okay? A lot of us are really busy, and we're almost too busy. Most of us are mostly too busy to see when something is incorrect or when we're being taught or manipulated into doing things that aren't good for us, okay? So I'm hearing just don't string things along and kind of assume you know the play or you know the information based off of one account. Continue to look over this information, to research it, to get to know it better, just so that you as a student learn accurately and assess things in a balanced way, okay? Don't go on a tangent too far with something if you haven't quite settled something else in your heart. Like, let's say there's one thing that you feel like, oh wow, this person's on to something good. Just keep going along that string of thought and understanding and see what else comes to support it or to deny it, right? You want to be open to the information that comes through around it. Other people will be saying certain things. You have to kind of just be open to seeing a compiled set of information and not being upset because it doesn't align with what you thought. Something about like just the totality, just looking at things in a well-rounded way, balanced way, okay? First thing we got was the King of Wands, I almost said King of Wands, right? So fire energy is significant in this reading. We have the King of Pentacles. This is about like a wealth of information. I'm hearing biographies. So even how people retell themselves or talk about themselves, or how family members talk about their family member that passed away. There's something about us needing to look at the reality of an individual, of a practice realistically, and not seeing them as some memorialized individual that has done no wrong, can do no wrong. Something like that is coming through. Something about, like, you know, with the King of Pentacles, that could be like a fatherly energy. So I'm hearing Uranus. So there's something about Uranus in your chart. There's something about mysteries as well. When I think of Uranus and Neptune, I think of just the mysteries, more of the later aspects of astrology. Like, I think of the 11th and 12th house. There's something about you needing to see that some things are a little more complicated, or rather they're not as black and white as people have stated it in the past in history books, right? So just being wary of this energy of someone who tries to manipulate you into doing something without giving you the time to decide on what you want to do, right? Abusing students, just trying to get you to go into something where you're collectively like under their thumb, so to speak, and you feel like you need to fight for this person, you need to act for this person, you need to do things for this person because you feel like they're being attacked by other people. So there's this energy here of like a cult type energy, cult like followings, okay, just coming through. Teaching negative traits and destructive skills. Negative traits and destructive skills. One of the first things that you can that people in cults, cult leaders and things do, or they try to separate you from the group, okay? Separate you from not their group, but separate you from the world. And to kind of make you feel as though you're the only one, like you are one of the chosen in a sense. Something like that is coming through. I don't quite ascribe to the chosen information out there. Just making you feel as though you cannot integrate your experience with other people, that like you're not meant to be around other people even though you incarnated to be around a bunch of other people that are not like you. Something about that, like singling yourself out, okay? That's something that you can, propaganda, telling you propaganda, fake news, telling you that this happened historically when in reality it likely did not, and that was just a telling of their grandfather's story, their mother's story, whatever. It's just the story of a family member specifically. I'm just getting that energy of like a family member doing this. So I don't know if you guys feel strangled or feel overwhelmed and really controlled by family. There's something about that for someone here. Feeling like you can't breathe, like you're being strangled in a situation with this person who acts like they're your teacher or is manipulative to you. I'm hearing pin you down. They maybe pin you down with their words, pin you down with their thought processes, pin you down with their like their rhetoric. Something about their speech being significant. It steals your joy, or you feel like it steals your joy because you feel like you don't know what to do to counteract it. Murder, suicide, yeah, it just is the energy of death. This person is kind of sucking something out of you in this energy. If you have someone in your life like this, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Jealousy. So this person is likely jealous of you and what you have going on. That fire energy we talked about. You have a plethora of abilities and gifts and skills. And there's something about specifically with the teacher archetype karmically, someone there are people that are going to be attracted to your energy that are going to be the type to be very vampiric, but also be the type to abuse people that know who they are, or who are going towards who they are. They're going to be more apt on saying, no, you're not that. You need to follow me. You need to do what I'm doing, because they don't quite, they can't attain to where you're going because their mentality hasn't shifted. This is something about your mentality. This is primarily that, okay? So that teacher archetype, that person who's doing this thing to you or doing these things to people, they're gonna come to some understanding at some point. I don't know when. That's not even on us, right? Best we can do is focus in on what energies are not healthy and addressing them, so that we can do something different, and that person can see that if they want to. So yeah, there's just an energy of jealousy being at the root of this teacher karmic archetype. This person could be a partner as well that manipulates or abuses their power. If they have like some authority over you financially or something like that, they're teaching negative traits and skill sets that aren't helping you. Like they're not catering to the things you need to do on a soul level. Or they're very like even like hyper logical, like they don't quite see spiritual aspects as valuable. And this could just be someone where they're at, like they're not quite at in their dark night of the soul, their spiritual awakening process or something like that. But it's just the energy of needing to find balance within and without, finding balance with your spirituality, right? And not letting someone abuse or neglect, or maybe not neglect, but manipulate you as you're growing in your spirituality, going with the flow. Because I see here the Two of Pentacles. That's about like finding balance with yourself. There's a lot of things to do and cater to as humans right now. I feel like a lot of us have so many things going on that we get distracted and we forget, oh, this person's actually not helping me. They might have tips that helped them, but are they helping me on a soul level? I don't know. Like, oh, you have to stay at this this job or do this thing, but it's not really what you're called to do. My baby's waking up. I'll be right back. Hey guys, so continuing on from the Two of Pentacles that we got, the Two of Pentacles energy into the Eight of Cups. It feels like what your spirit team and mine is trying to say is that there's a need for a departure out of something that's not emotionally fulfilling. If this person is in your life, if you, are actively involved with this person or see them, or you just, it's something about trying to find balance, but you need to find it elsewhere. This is the energy of inner work, of going into like a really, I'm hearing darker place and finding balance with yourself. So there's something about the shadow archetype of the teacher coming in some form that you are going to recognize if this is meant for you. And there's a need for you to actually take a departure from it. Emotionally, if need be, physically, monetarily, if need be, because there's some karmic connection with it, as we stated earlier. This could be even with a karmic connection with pyramid schemes for some of you, even. Like the energy of getting manipulated by certain thoughts or certain programs or certain people that try to impress upon you this desire or this sense that you can't do something and therefore you need to go out and get it from someone else externally. It's one thing to have goods and services that are provided by other people. That's not what I'm saying, because we all, we're a community of people. There are people that are going to provide milk at their farms or provide food, crops. It's not like that. It's more so this person is trying to insinuate, this energy is trying to insinuate that you can't learn something accurately, or it's like an energy of not promoting accuracy or promoting sustainability, of promoting truth. Okay, it's about a codependence even from this person. So this person could be codependent to you, relying on you to do stuff at their bequest, feeling as if you have to rely on this person for information and insight. That is a sign that this person is not doing what is in your best interest, but rather what is for them. Not even necessarily for their best interest. What would be in their best interest would be to learn how to be in the light attribute, which is to communicate knowledge and have the ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. So that's what you want. This person, this individual can decide to respond to this reading if they see it, if you feel like you are that person, or if you feel like there's someone in your life that needs to recognize something about the way in which they teach or train others, the way that they instruct others. Feel free to share this with them or talk to this person about it. I'm not trying to put them down and then leave them there. I'm more so just saying, like, this is something that's coming up for the collective for a reason. I just saw the words, actually not heard, but saw music box. So I don't know if this person is in music, is an artist. What's funny is that this archetype came out for Drake and for Taylor Swift. This shadow archetype came out for both of them. So they have some dealings with this. And I'm hearing howling. This could also be something that other people are dealing with. I'm hearing Danny Trejo, Trejo, and that's an actor, I believe, and a fighter. I'm getting his name, so I don't know if he needs to deal with that as well. We have the energy of the Four of Cups. That's about the energy of, I'm just hearing impure. There's an impure energy that we have to be wary of with regards to teachers that are there to abuse and manipulate people, and of having the ability to sift through the emotions and to, I'm hearing regulate and understand when someone is making us feel drained, because I'm getting like a vampiric energy with the Four of Cups. It's about having four, but not really, it's being apathetic or just being so like withdrawn emotionally from a situation. Going from the Eight of Cups, something that's not emotionally fulfilling, I feel as though it's like saying with the Eight of Cups to the Four of Cups that you're addressing some instability or some apathetic energies about the people that you hear on a daily basis that are regurgitating things that they've heard, but not bringing with them the lessons and truly understanding of what they say. Do you guys get like a lot of social media posts about people saying certain things and twisting it, and then acting as if they had learned that on their own, but in reality they had copied it from someone else's account or something like that and said it, but didn't understand it themselves? That happens a lot. Ace of Swords though, that's something that's necessary, is the understanding of clarity. And I think without realizing it, we're coming to an understanding of the extremities of the dark shadowy attributes of a teacher who's not walking on their path and being honest, having the integrity to do this with it. I'm hearing a humorous disposition too, like seeing that no one's perfect and that we can learn and move forward and grow, and we can have like a sense of humor about certain things that we experience, right? Like, oh man, I used to do this, it's crazy. I'm just getting the energy of like Italian energy. I don't know if someone here is Italian as well, Italian background. I'm just getting ETTI at the end of a word, and I'm wondering if this is about an ancestor that's trying to communicate with you as well. I'm getting a lot of messages for you guys. Earlier when I asked my spirit team members how many cards should I, pull for each of these, I got 6. So there's 5 here. I feel like there's one card that's meant to come out that we're not supposed to see until now. So what is the last card? The Empress. Okay, we got it, guys. So beautiful. Getting out of this 10 of Wands, this heaviness, this burden with regards to having so many people out there that are willing to give you, and I'm hearing fishing information out for you. Like, let's say you're interested in a topic, you're going to hear a lot of people talking about it, right? Because there's so many people per capita. But there's something about it being a heavy weight for a lot of you. There being a need for you to go within and to search and seek out something as a student, right? The student archetype is the Page of Pentacles. There's something about an opportunity with this series and with other people out there that are talking about this type of thing, about karma and your attachments to it, of going into the deep depths of your thought life, your subconscious, and understanding what things are you holding on to that are weighing you down, that are not effective. Okay, there's something about like something being ineffective in your study, your spiritual practice, that revolves around some people that are embodying this archetype, okay, in the shadow. Balance coming to you guys. So this is what I have for you guys for now. I feel like there's just a lot of abundance coming with clarity, so you guys can expect that. So many messages. I'm hearing Orpheus, and I don't know if it has to do with a play, a Shakespearean play or something like that, but we're also getting the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords, and that's the energy of like moving really quickly. Okay, something that felt I don't know, there's something about you guys getting some information and it hitting you. Okay, this information is meant to help in some way, and I feel like it's gonna, like, you're gonna run with it. So thank you guys. Hey guys, so before I go, because I was just about to like put everything away, and I'm still doing that, but for the video that we just did, right, I was hearing sound therapy. So if someone's going into sound therapy specifically, that is your message. Something about there being an archetype, the teacher archetype being reflected in someone that you're interested in going into sound therapy with. Sound therapy was coming through, so maybe that's something you should look into. But I'll see you next time. Peace. I hope this helps you in any way, shape, or form. I'm going to stop there because I feel like that's what I meant to say for now, but I hope to see you guys in the next video. Please share what you feel. If you would like to like this video, please do so. Just feel free to interact with this video and tell me what you think, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.